Alright guys, so today I'll be reviewing Dorney Park in Allentown, Pennsylvania. I personally think this is a really underrated park. The coaster collection here is way better than some people make it out to be. And I'll be going over everything about this park in this review. Now, first I want to talk about how to get into the park. It's kind of a pain on a busy day like when we went on Memorial Day weekend. First you have to like go on the like main road and then just make a random left or right turn into the park, and it could get like it was a huge traffic jam, and it was not fun to sit there. So yeah, it was bad, but once you get in, it's worth it because the entrance looks pretty nice with the carousel and Talon on your right. Um, but now let's get into the best part of any park, really, the coasters. Steel Force is disgustingly underrated. I have this in my top 15 over rides like Superman the Ride and Millennium Force. I almost have it over Phantoms, but not quite. I think the airtime's slightly weaker, but it's almost as good, I honestly think. Plus, it's a lot longer than Phantoms, I'd say, so it has that over it. The double up in the front feels identical to like the double down in the back on Phantoms, which is really good. Plus, every hill just gives really good like flowjector, good sustained flowjector, and then the Helix actually gives really good laterals. Kind of reminded me of a weaker version of the Beast's Helix because it's really long. Um, Overall, Steel Force is a really underrated ride. Demon Drop. I I had no expectations for this thing, and it shocked me like a lot. This I count it as a coaster credit, but if I counted it as a drop tower, this would definitely be my favorite drop tower. I definitely think it's a coaster because like it felt like a coaster, like when it leveled out and during that straight track. Um, but yeah, the drop on this gives some really good butterflies, almost as good as like the Larsons. Definitely get really good airtime. It feels so sketchy going up that elevator lift and like that kind of box kind of car thing. Um, yeah, it just feels really sketchy. It's probably the scariest drop tower I've done, not gonna lie, because like when you pull out of the elevator, there's like barely anything stopping you, it looks like, so it just looks like you're gonna go right off. But the best part about it is the pull out. You get some crazy positive G's on that pull out. Definitely one of the most intense rides I've ever been on. It's really good. Talon, this is a top three invert to me. Yes, it's better than Afterburn. Afterburn's really overrated, but anyways, Talon's almost as good as Raptor in my eyes, I'd say. It's really close. Talon has a few floater pops, which is really weird for a B&M invert. Plus the intensity is there. The finale's the best part of the ride with the corkscrew that's extremely whippy into the helix, which is just crazy intense. Definitely will make your legs go numb. And the rest of the ride's really good. I wouldn't say it's like as snappy as Raptor. Like I don't know, it just doesn't whip through like the zero G roll and stuff quite as fast. But like it's got the airtime. I'd say it has the positives over Raptor. Definitely not as good as Banshee, but still really good invert. And then the last good coaster here, Hydra. This one's just weird. Like the JoJo rolls a really good inversion. Definitely not as good as Copperheads though, because over the shoulder restraints. The drop does feel like a mini B&M Hyper drop. It's probably the best drop on a B&M besides the Hypers and Gigas. Then the inversions I was kind of let down by. They gave some good hang time, I'll admit. Definitely hang time's the main focus of this ride. So yeah, Hydra is solid, but not quite my favorite. There's three other things I did here. Thunderhawk, that's a pile of trash. Really rough, which I can get past if it's a really good ride, but it is not. It is boring. It does pretty much nothing with its layout, and it's just extremely rough. So I just don't like this ride. They definitely need to do something with it. The Flyers was the only non-coaster I did, assuming you count Demon Drop as a credit, which I do. And these Flyers really didn't do anything for me. Possessed was unfortunately closed, but I have a feeling it would have been fifth in the park, given it's almost, it's basically the same ride as Wicked Twister, and that would rank fifth here. And then let's talk about the Wild Mouse, which is gonna lead into the next topic, the operations. Now, anything I say about the operations does not apply to the Steel Force crew. The Steel Force crew is incredible. They book it. They're getting you hyped up for the ride. They're waiting for the train to hit the brakes to send it out. Like, the Steel Force crew is incredible. But the rest of the ride crews, and especially Wild Mouse, yikes, they could be faster for sure. Wild Mouse especially, because they were doing the stupid thing that like Michigan's Adventure apparently does, where they run like one car on the course at a time, which is awful for a Wild Mouse. I don't know if that's how it is every time, but that's how it was here. And also, they were letting a disgusting amount of fast pass people in. Like, you'd be shocked how many they were letting in compared to standby line people. So it should have been like a 15-minute wait. It was like an hour, 15-minute wait for a Wild Mouse. And it was an average Wild Mouse. It didn't do anything for me. So that sucked. Talon's operations were okay. Hydra's, oh god, like at the start of the day, these operations were so bad. Like it was taking them forever to send out train. They got better throughout the day, but yikes. Demon Drop was all right. It was pretty slow, but it wasn't disgustingly slow. Thunderhawks was okay. Yeah, that's really all I have to say. But the stupid thing was, I saw them training employees on Talon and possibly Hydra. That could have been why Hydra was so slow in the first half of the day. Why are you training employees on Memorial Day weekend? Like, I'd think you'd want to do that like at the start of the season or like just get them started the week after. Like, you're supposed to be flying through lines on Memorial Day weekend. Like, I just think you wouldn't want to be training new employees um on Memorial Day weekend. Like that's crazy. And also the food lines here were disgusting. Like I had food like before I got to the park and after. Like I didn't eat anything in the middle of the day. So 10 hours without food. That's great. Now, I will warn you, this is a fairly hilly park. Like it's a steep hill from Steel Force up to Talon, and I did something really stupid at the end of the night. So basically, I it was like 8:55 or something, and I got off of Steel Force and I said, "Hey, I've only got two rides on Talon. I want to get one more on Talon before I get out here." And I absolutely booked it over to Talon. Like I sprinted over there and I sprinted up that entire hill, and they're on entire opposite sides of the park, up the hill, and my legs were burning after that, but it was worth it because I got very last ride of the night that they sent out on Talon in the back row unload side, which is the best seat from what I rode. So it was worth it, but yeah, it's a very hilly park. Just walking around will pretty much get you exhausted. I did not go in the water park, but I hear it gets pretty slammed. So if you want to do that, probably go there first. I'm usually not interested in water parks, so yeah, that didn't apply to me. But yeah, if you're interested in that, then go there first. Again, flat rides not really their specialty unless you count Demon Drop as a flat. Then they have an elite flat ride. But yeah, Dorney Park overall, this is just a really underrated park. Definitely, well, not definitely, but yeah, it's in my top 10. I think I have it over like Kennywood. I wouldn't take it over anything like Canada's Wonderland or Six Flags New England, but it's still a really good park. Everyone should get out here. The coaster collection's really underrated. So yeah, that's my review on Dorney Park. Let me know what you guys think of this place down in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.